This is Water Valley Blue Devil Classic Football. This game features the Water Valley Blue Devils and the Senatobia Warriors. The game was played on October 17th, 2003 at Senatobia. The final score was Water Valley 28, Senatobia 18. And now here's Doug Carter and Lane Hart.
All right, here we are now. The Blue Devils, I believe, have won the toss and have deferred to the second half, as is their standard practice when they win the toss. So the Warriors will receive, and the Blue Devil defense will come out first and see if they can set the tone. And that has been the one bright spot, I guess you could say, all year long, has been Water Valley's defense. In Water Valley's 4 losses, we have lost by just a combination of, I think it's a total of 11, 13, something like that. Less than 2 touchdowns in 4 games. So the Devil defense has done the job all year long. And it's just our offense is just hasn't clicked yet. If we can ever get a game to where the offense can really get on a roll and get their confidence up, I think the Devils will be in a whole lot better shape.
Confidence is a big characteristic and a big tool that you can use to go into your last 2 division games, and those are going to be very important. If Water Valley, with the loss last week, is not out of the division championship now, they're going to have to ask for a little bit of help. They're going to have to win those 2 division games, and then hopefully Upora can pull off a win against Bruce. But they're still very much in the division championship run. They're just going to have to get a little help now with the loss last week.
And of course that's a big matchup coming up next week, Bruce against Upora. I'm not sure where that ball game is going to be played at. But this week, in the division games, Okolona is hosting Upora, Hamilton is at Ackerman, and Bruce is home to Coldwater. Senatobia High School Marching Band performing the Star Spangled Banner here just prior to kickoff.
Doug, let's just kind of set the stage now as we're getting ready to start this particular game. Now, the folks at home, you might hear a little noise in the microphone, and that is the wind, and it's a pretty stiff breeze tonight, and it's going to have an effect in the kicking game, and depending on if you're into it or with it, it could affect the passing game, because a lot of times when you throw into the wind, that ball tends to kind of flutter on you and get away from you. So the wind's going to be a factor tonight, or at least here in the early going. The forecast is for no rain, and they're actually calling for it to kind of clear off, and it's a cool night too, so you're going to have to be sure to keep good and stretched out. It's a good night to pull a hamstring if you're not good and loose. But there is no rain in the forecast, but it does look like that you're going to have to deal with the wind, and looks like starting off that Water Valley is going to be kicking with the wind, so that means in the second quarter Senatobia will have the wind to end the first half.
Yeah, as you look at the field here as the camera shot, see Water Valley lined up. The wind is coming from Water Valley's back, blowing down the field, and it's pretty much blowing even with the field. It's not much of an angle. It's pretty much blowing straight up and down the field.
One of the characteristics, Doug, that Senatobia's had through the years, they really hadn't been a big team, but they're very fundamentally sound, and they're very quick. Now, the little pooch kick, as you noticed, Water Valley lined the ball or set the ball up on the near hash, kicked it away. That's probably coming from the scouting report, with Senatobia having good skill people back there to return kicks, so it looks like they're going to try to keep it away from those people deep. So here we go.
Senatobia fair catches the ball on their 32-yard line, and that's where the Warriors will start it, everything in motion. First and 10 from their 32. The man that you're going to be looking for on the Senatobia offense will be number 1, Terrence Jackson. He can really go. They give it to Jackson on the first carry, and he tries off the right side. Takes it up to about the 34-yard line, picks up about 2 on the play. Second down and 8.
As far as the sides matchups, you look out there right now, you say, well, Senatobia's not real big up front. Compare that to the defensive front of Water Valley, so you think that Water Valley has the size advantage. But let me assure you this, and this has been a trademark of Senatobia Warrior football ever since I've been around, that they may not be very big, but you can bet they'll be very fundamental and they're going to be very quick.
Second down and 8 now for the Warriors. They hand it off to Jackson again. Jackson off the left side this time, looking for running room. Cuts it outside, and it elects to take it out of bounds. As you can tell, if you can see a close-up shot of number 1 there, number 1, not a very large individual, but he is exceedingly quick. Quarterback for the Warriors tonight is number 20, Taylor Walker.
If there has been a, I don't want to call it a problem, but if there seems to have been a situation where the Water Valley defense is vulnerable, it seems to be on the corners. Bruce had great success last week getting on the corners, and there again you saw it again.
They pitch it back to Jackson. Albert Horton, the ball's on the ground. Let's see, did Jackson maintain possession or did the Blue Devils recover? We're waiting for the signal.
It's going to stay Senatobia.
Senatobia recovers back at the 40, but that's about a 7-yard loss on the play. Albert Horton came in on a blitz and was in the backfield just after the handoff was made.
And that's going to be a real key, Doug. Like you said, Albert came on the blitz. First half of the game last week, Water Valley really struggled to get penetration into the backfield of Bruce. Now, the second half, they seem to do a little bit better. But I think that's the key for Water Valley on defense, or to make this defense click. They have got to get penetration into the backfield for this defense to be successful.
Second and 17. Back to pass, had a receiver open. That was, I believe it was number 25 for the Warriors.
Dylan Deaver out near midfield.
Deaver on the catch with the pass from Walker.
Got it back to just about the original line of scrimmage. It's going to be now 3rd down and 9.
3rd and long now for the Warriors from their own 48-yard line. Warriors break the huddle and come out. Slot receivers to the left. I formation in the backfield. They give it to Jackson. Jackson over the left side looking for running room. Cuts it out to the outside. There's a penalty marker on the play, however. Jackson gets first down yardage as he goes out of bounds at about the 38-yard line of the Blue Devils. But as I said, there is a penalty flag on the play.
Yeah, it came from the umpire, so that's going to be holding against Senatobia.
And I believe that is the call, holding against the Warriors. So bring back that nice run there by Jackson. As you can see where Jackson's quickness is. He gets the handoff and sprints down the line of scrimmage and cuts it out.
He's looking to get to the corner because Senatobia, they know that they can get to the corner, they've got to play, because that's their strength, is speed. And I'll be honest, I think the team speed of Senatobia versus the team speed of Water Valley is going to be pretty close, and this is going to be interesting. And I know Coach Jury and them's got to be concerned, because that's twice that the running back for Senatobia has gotten over here to this corner and picked up big chunk of yardage. Fortunately, they got the holding penalty, so it brings up a third down now, and probably looks to be about 18 yards.
3rd and 18 now for the Warriors from their own 39-yard line. Walker back to pass, under pressure. Gets free of the pressure, gets the ball off downfield, and there was nobody there. Penalty mark on the play. They may call him for an intentional grounding.
Yeah, now there again,
Pressure on the quarterback.
and it's a fault on my part, but now in the college game and in the pro game, if the quarterback gets outside the tackles, he can throw it away like that. But now I don't think that rule applies here in high school football.
Because there was nobody down that right sideline over there. There wasn't a soul.
He threw it over against the fence.
We were talking about Terrence Jackson, the fine running back for Senatobia. The book on him, as I understand it, He likes to go sprint it to the outside, and then as he reaches the corner or the sideline, plant his foot, cut up the field quickly.
The penalty is face mask against Water Valley.
Ah.
Now the key is it the 5-yarder or the big one? Well, evidently.
Yeah, we may have 2 penalties here. Well, no. You got timeout Senatobia. I'm not real sure what was going on.
There's confusion. I'm not even so sure that they marked off the penalty yardage, to tell you the truth.
They didn't. The ball's still on the former line of scrimmage. We'll take a break and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football.
Penalty is marked off. The ball spotted now at the Warrior 48-yard line.
All right, we're back after they moved the penalty. Wait a minute. That don't amount to 15 yards. But it's more than 5. So I'm not, my addition's not working here.
This is some.
The line of scrimmage was on the 39-yard line, and they move it to the 48. So that's essentially 10 yards. Now, if it's my understanding that the personal foul face mask is 15,
and an automatic
is 5.
That's right. And if it's the automatic, if it's the 15, it's an automatic first. If it's not, in this case, they didn't pick up the first down. But nevertheless, and I think Coach Drury's got a valid argument. Something they didn't do something right. But the important thing is now it's 3rd down and 9.
3rd and 9 is a call. Evidently, it must not have been the 15-yard face mask penalty, or.
Once again, Doug, the key here is going to be get penetration and protect the outside.
3rd and long. Hand it off to Jackson. Jackson looking for running room straight up the middle, carries it into Blue Devil territory down to about the 49-yard line. But he's going to be short of 1st down. That's going to be about a 4th and 6.
I'm going to tell you here, Doug, now you're in the territory of now of a fake punt, where the ball's positioned, which is just over in Water Valley territory. A lot of times, if a team's going to run a fake punt, they're going to do it at midfield or better.
Sean Johnson is back in punt formation for the Warriors. Charlie Edwards is back deep to receive.
He's punting into the wind, so this will make it difficult to field.
And it hangs up in that wind. Edwards called for a fair catch, and then when he saw it, couldn't get to it. He backed off of it, and the ball is going to be down at about the 21-yard line.
1st and 10, Water Valley.
Well, there again, Doug, it was a good high punt, good coverage punt, but it got up into that wind. And there again, I think Charlie does a smart thing. Now I know it's frustrating to sit there and let it hit and roll, but if you're not confident in catching it,
well, he had Warrior defenders right there in his nose as well.
Because if you muff that, then that gives Senatobia the ball on your own 21-yard line.
1st and 10 Blue Devils. They give us to Rico Gillard. Gillard off the right side takes it up to about the 24-yard line. Pick up of about 2 on the play, maybe 3. Call it 2nd and 7.
28.
It's going to be important here now for Water Valley to put together a little drive here. Need a couple of 1st downs and get some of the field position back.
2nd down and 7 now for the Blue Devils. From the 24. Antonio Johnson at quarterback. They give it again to Rico Gillard. Rico takes it off straight up the middle, running in behind those big offensive linemen. Takes it up across the 25 to about the 28. Going to bring up 3rd down and about.
Once again on the carry. Tackle made by Clay Caffey, 42. Along
Looks to be
with
about 3rd, about 4.
It'll be 3rd down. And
it looks as though the Blue Devils have decided to try and establish the run here.
About near the 29-yard line.
Well, there's no doubt that's Water Valley's bread and butter. If they can't establish a running game, then.
Shannon Crow at the fullback position on the carry, and Shannon breaks a couple of tackles and takes it up to about the 34. 1st down, Blue Devils.
Well, I had a couple of reports that Shannon was going to run some fullback, and lo and behold, there he was. Big 1st down conversion.
Will be a 1st down for Blue Devils. spotted now at the 34-yard line.
1st and 10 now for the Blue Devils from their own 34-yard line. James Johnson to the left, Brandon Hawkins to the right. I formation in the backfield. They give it to Rico Gillard. Gillard behind his back, still on his feet. Gillard breaks it into the secondary. Gillard got one man to beat. Down the sideline he goes, and he's still on his feet. Finally tackled out of bounds at about the 16-yard line.
That's always the threat that young man brings, Doug. He just kind of disappears into the crowd, and the next thing you know, he makes a cut here, cut there, and he's out in the open. Big play now. Now you got 1st and 10, it deep into a ball on the 16 of Senatobia. Now you got to finish the drive.
1st and 10 from the 16 after the long run there by Rico Gillard.
Now they've gone, Water Valley's gone to a full house backfield or the wishbone.
They give it to Gillard. Gillard straight up the middle. Takes it down to about the 11-yard line. Picks up about 5 on the play.
Now, Doug, you might be seeing some of that size advantage of Water Valley up front. There's no doubt that Water Valley is definitely bigger than Senatobia up front. And the main thing is they're coming off the ball at the same time, and they're staying with their blocks, and they're getting a good 4 to 5 yard surge.
2nd down now at about 5. Once again, the full house backfield. Gillard, Allen, and Edwards. Johnson rolls to his right. Edwards is open at 5. Edwards, touchdown, Charlie Edwards. Nice execution on that little
well,
play.
Absolutely, Doug. And what you're seeing is you're seeing a product of the running game. If you can establish the running game, then you really set the defense up for play action pass. They had it set to perfection. Antonio did a real good job of carrying out his fakes. Running backs did a good job of faking. And Antonio, the important thing is he was patient. He was patient to let Charlie clear the defender and get out in the flat.
Drake Dickey for the extra point, and Dickey delivers. And it's the Blue Devils 7, the Warriors 0. We'll be back with kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Derek Croy set to kick it off for the Blue Devils. Back deep to receive for the Warriors. Number 1, Jackson, along with number 13, DeVale Jackson.
Now the key thing here is, Doug, you've taken the momentum. You've got the momentum. And one quick way to lose it is on special teams if there's a breakdown.
Big return.
Got to have a solid job here returning it.
Looks as though, and it goes out of bounds. Looks as though they've got Croy kicking for a spot.
Yeah, he just missed his spot. You know, ideally, I think the spot that you're talking about, Doug, is maybe try to land it on the number, or maybe just this side of the number.
He seemed to be aiming for the area about the 30-yard line out there, trying to put it maybe in a dead zone.
Just trying to hit one of those dead spots. If you're fortunate, you can get down there and cover it, or you're going to force Senatobia, in this case, to
have to pick it up.
Or fair catch it and not allowing a return.
1st and 10 Warriors from their own 35-yard line. Jackson is your tailback in the eye. They give it to Jackson. Jackson off the right side. Takes it up across the 40 to about the 42.
Jackson on the carry.
Make it the 43 according to the spot by the line judge.
That's a little bit more than what you want to give up on 1st down. Now, that's a good 7-yard gain.
Gain of about 8 yards on the carry by Terrence Jackson. The 2nd down and 2.
Second down now and about 3 for the Warriors. Slot receivers left.
I think number 64 for Water Valley, Matt Jackson, I think he was lined up in the neutral zone.
Penalty marker on the play. Offside, Blue Devils.
Water Valley. 5-yard penalty will.
And that gives the Warriors the 1st down. Ball resting on their own 48-yard line.
I think that's another thing that's really been frustrating for the Blue Devils this year, especially for the coaching staff. You've got the momentum, and you commit such a unnecessary penalty.
Walker, quick pass. Oh, ball is loose. Picked up by number 3, Pierre Allen. Pierre Allen breaks it to the outside. Allen going down the sideline. The quarterback to beat, cuts it back to the inside. Allen still on his feet, tackled it to 6. That was a vicious lick laid on there. Number 7, the receiver, that was Sean Johnson. He caught the ball, but a vicious lick it loose.
It was borderline incomplete. I'm actually a little bit surprised they didn't call it incomplete pass. The key is you're right, Doug. He caught the ball, but did he come down or did he hit the ground with possession? And that was close. That was a hard call to make, especially from where we are. But the umpire, the umpire was right there on top of it, and he let it go.
Allen runs it back down to the, it looks like the 6-yard line. 1st and goal now from the 6. Full house backfield once again for the Blue Devils. Edwards at fullback position. Gillard and Allen, your halfbacks. They give it straight ahead to Charlie Edwards. Edwards takes it down inside the 5 to the 4.
I think right now, Doug, especially after the first drive of Water Valley, I like the call. I think you just play smash mouth football right here. You don't get too cute. You try to punch it in.
Line it up behind that big offensive line and just bull it in. 2nd and goal now from the 4. Give it again to Edwards. Edwards straight ahead. Edwards down to the 1. Doesn't quite get it across the line, but he was close. They say his knee was down.
He's inside the 1 here.
Yeah, the line judge has got his marking foot just outside the end zone.
Right here, Doug. I think you just try to sneak it in. Don't even take the ball off the line of scrimmage. Just quarterback sneak it. Get in behind Big Matthew Stevens and follow him in.
And that is the call. And Antonio went one way and was knocked back, but he managed to keep his feet and dodge back the other.
Second effort, Senatobia did a real good job on the initial surge. They popped him pretty good, knocked him back, but the second effort got him in the end zone.
Touchdown Blue Devils, Antonio Johnson on the 1-yard plunge. Drake Dickey on now for the extra point attempt out of the hole of Jason Langdon.
Great. We need one more here.
Snap is back, kick is up, and Dickey delivers once again. Your score is the Blue Devils 14, the Warriors 0. 4 minutes and 10 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. We'll be back with kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. .410 to go in the first quarter, 14-zip Blue Devils. After the fumble recovery by Pierre Allen. Takes it back down to the 5, and Antonio Johnson takes it in from 1 yard. The Dickey extra point is good, and here we are, 14-0. Croy once again aiming for that spot over around the 30-yard line. Johnson catches it, working his way back toward the middle of the field, looking to try to cut it up, and he's finally tackled from behind by Albert Horton at the 32.
Good job there by Water Valley on the coverage. He tried to bounce it to the outside. You figure if you're going to kick it that way, that your coverage is going that way. Good job of containing, though. Charlie did a good job of making him turn it inside. Albert had good coverage with the pursuit. They were able to get the tackle
from their own 32-yard line.
1st and 10 Warriors now from their own 32-yard line.
Now, if you're Senatobia, there's no need to panic here. Stick with your game plan. You've been stunned just a little bit, but there's no reason to panic. A lot of football left to play.
They gave it to Jackson. Jackson, oh, big Matthew Stevens just got him in a bear hug. Stops him at the line, no gain on the play.
There's Jackson on the carries. He's met there at the line.
And I think Coach Bryant Mix from Water Valley, I think he's challenged those defensive linemen this week. They were a little bit disappointed in the fact that they probably didn't play as well as they could have last week, and it looks like Coach Mix has challenged these guys to really make an impact in this game.
Well, you've also got some changes on your defensive line out there as well in your starters. Danny Harris is one of your defensive linemen along with Justin Thomas. They give it to Jackson, trying to sweep around the right end, and he is dropped by Charlie Edwards out there. Nice open field tackle by Charlie.
Well, I think, like you said, Doug, about the changes in the defensive line, and I think that's just a
loss on the play.
an idea of trying to keep those big guys fresher for later on in the game. If you can rest them early, then you can have them fresh for that fourth quarter.
Third down now at about 13. They give it to Jackson. Jackson trying to go to his left this time. Pierre Allen's got him corralled. And with the help of Tim Ham, they bring him down for no gain.
Good job there by Pierre. You saw the quickness of that #1 running back for Senatobia. He's not big at all, but man, he is so quick. Pierre did a good job of coming up under control and keeping contained on him, and made a real good open field tackle right there.
Fourth down now at about 13. Johnson back in punt formation. He'll kick from about his own 17-yard line. Snap is good. Kick is off. It's going to be caught by Pierre Allen at about the 45-yard line of the Blue Devils, and he'll be down at about the 44.
Good job there by Pierre. He caught that ball in a little bit of traffic. Good concentration. Water Valley once again with great field position. 1:59 now to go in the first quarter, and then they'll have to turn around and head into the win. Although only
it has died down a little bit.
It has died down, and really the only effect it's had in the game so far has been in the kicking game.
On that point, the Senatobia point, it kind of held it up in the air. Give it to Rico Gillard. Gillard looking for running room off the left side, and he's held up and tackled for a throw for about a yard loss. Call it second down and 11.
Gillard on the carry, number 28. Contact initial for the Warriors, number 2, Ike Barnett.
Actually lost about a half a yard, Doug. It's going to bring up now second down and 11.
Second and 11 on the play.
And when you're trying to establish the running game, first down is key.
James Johnson and Pierre Allen, your receivers. Crow at fullback, and Shannon takes the handoff and takes it over the 45, just across the 45. Picks up about 3 yards on the carry. Call it second, or matter of third down now and about 8.
Made by Clay Cassidy, along with Jeffrey Neely.
Now this will be an interesting call if you're Water Valley now. Third down now and about 8, third and long, or about 9 actually. So it'll be interesting to see what they run. They may go with the option package, or you may try another little play action pass.
They give it to Gillard. Gillard off the left side looking for running room, still on his feet, but he's held up at about the 47-yard line, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
Well, I think what Senatobia did right there, they made a little bit of an adjustment right there on their defense, and they just started, I think they just kind of crowded that line of scrimmage again and just, you know, pretty much sold out to stopping the run.
Fourth down now at about 7.
Fourth and about 8.
Jackson, DeVell and Terrence back to receive the punts.
Water Valley was late getting the guy on.
Charlie Edwards will punt from about his own 36. And that's the end of the quarter.
First quarter ends with the...
Well, I don't know. I wasn't really paying attention to the clock or how much time. Water Valley came real close to a delay of game penalty, though.
And at the end of the first quarter of play, the Water Valley Blue Devils 14, the Senatobia Warriors nada. We'll be back with the second quarter of action right after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Was Charlie Edwards. The ball is down at the 14-yard line, or the Warriors will take over first and 10 just inside their 15.
That's a good first quarter there for Water Valley, Doug, and good job there by the offense of getting the momentum. And now we go into the second quarter, so now Senatobia's got the win a little bit, but we'll just see how it plays out.
First and 10 now for the Warriors from their own 14-yard line. Slot receivers to the right. They hand it off to Jackson. Jackson off the left side looking for running room, and he's finally tackled up at about just over the 20 after picking up about 5.
Just the same threat that Rico causes for defenses. In other words, he can break it at any moment and go the distance. So can Jackson for Senatobia. All he needs is just a little bit of room, and the next thing you know, he'll be off to the races. So if you're Water Valley on defense, you want to make them drive the length of the field. Don't give up the big play.
And if I remember, we were talking with Ben Michael of Super Talk 105 before the ballgame. I think he said that Jackson has 14 touchdowns on the season.
He's not big, but boy, he plays big.
Jackson with the ball, takes it up across the 30-yard line to about the 31. Warrior first down.
Good job there by Senatobia's offensive line. They're coming off the ball now with a little bit of momentum, Doug, and they're getting a pretty good surge right now. Anytime your defensive backs have to start making tackles, that's not a good sign.
10:48 to go in the first half. 14-zip Blue Devils. Warriors with the ball and a 1st and 10 at their own 30. They give it to Jackson. Jackson looking for running room, goes off the right side, takes it up to about the 35-yard line. 2nd and 5 for the Warriors.
On the right side of his offensive line, he picks up about 5 yards. Ball's out at the 35.
Get in there, boy.
Now, Doug, now, just as we said, the wind died down. Now you can hear it. It's picked up pretty good now.
2nd and 5 for the Warriors. Walker at quarterback, hands it off to Jackson. Jackson looking for running room, goes over the left side, and he is tackled over there by Albert Horton after a pickup of about 2.
There's Jackson on the carry.
This is a big 3rd down play now for Senatobia. First couple of series, of course, they had the fumble that was picked up and ran deep into their own territory. Then they had a couple penalties on their very first series that stalled the drive. So Senatobia's looking to get a drive going, and right here is a big 3rd down play for them.
3rd and 3 for the Warriors now from the 37-yard line. They give it to Jackson. Jackson's looking for running room, and that's going to depend on where they spot the ball. And that's a very generous spot from the line judge on this side.
I thought his knee hit the ground about a yard back from where they had it spotted, though.
1st and 10, Warriors from the 40-yard line after the nice spot. Fake it to Jackson. Walker back to pass, under pressure. Gets the pass off, intended for number 8 there. Jim Simpson. And almost intercepted by Antonio Johnson as he was the closest Blue Devil to it.
Well, Water Valley was in a zone, and that was a good job there by the defensive back for Water Valley. Number 12, Antonio for Water Valley, and number 10, too, Charlie Edwards, the outside linebacker. He read pass, and so he got back and underneath that route. And then you had Antonio behind the route, so you forced that quarterback to really have to thread the needle. And there are very, very few, I'm not going to say there are any, but there are a few quarterbacks in the state of Mississippi that can make that kind of a throw. It takes a perfect throw.
2nd and 10 now for the Warriors. Handed out to Jackson. Jackson off the left side. Nice tackle over there by Stephen Hill.
About 54 for Water Valley, Stephen Hill.
That's something that you've got to do against that guy. It's one thing to get to him, but you got to be sure you tackle him too.
3rd down and
he's pretty elusive.
3rd down now, and about 6. Slot receivers to the right. Rolling, looking, has a receiver. Just over his head as Simpson was open momentarily. But I tell you what, if he'd have caught that ball, there was a hammer coming his way with number 12 on it.
And I think he would have had the 1st down, Doug. Water Valley was just a little bit late and reacting. There was a little play action, and those defensive back kind of bit that play action, and they were a little bit late, but fortunately the ball was thrown a little bit high.
4th down and 6. Nice punt with the wind. It's going to hit at about the 20, and it's going to be down at about the 18, and that's where the Blue Devil offense will take over 1st and 10.
Around the 18-yard line. And this down.
Once again, I think it's a real good, that was a real smart decision by both Pierre and Charlie. It was over their head, and rather trying to run back and make an over-the-head catch, they just, they didn't risk the turnover. And it's a smart play because you're up 14-0 with, you're about midway through the second quarter now. You've played a good, solid game so far, and don't risk an untimely mistake.
1st and 10, Blue Devils. They give it to Gillard. Gillard off the left side, and he is cut down pretty much at the about the 20 after he picks up a couple.
Blake Caffey, number 42, along with Nigel Collins, number 6.
I think it's important now. Water Valley needs to pick up a couple of first downs anyway. Even if they're forced to punt, they at least need to kind of get out here and get some field position.
For Water Valley.
Johnson rolls, almost intercepted. He threw it right to number 2 there, Ike Barnett. Barnett couldn't hold on.
Knocked down.
It's going to bring up a 3rd down now at about 10.
Well, Antonio's real fortunate that wasn't picked off because he tried to force that a little bit. He was shooting for Charlie Edwards, who actually got him behind the defenders, but Antonio tried to force it through him.
Third and 10 now for the Blue Devils. Crow at fullback, Gillard at tailback. They give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room, tries to cut it to the outside, still on his feet. He's held up, and he doesn't gain a whole lot. Matter of fact, might have lost a half a yard.
That's a good job there by Senatobia's defense. They pinned Water Valley fairly deep. Now Water Valley 3-0, and they're forced to punt.
Gillard on the carry as he makes a contact. Defense again played by number 8, Jim Simpson. And he's aided by a couple of the Warriors to make the takedown. And bring up 4th down.
4th down now at about 9. Charlie Edwards back in punt formation. Charlie will be kicking into the wind this time.
Oh, Charlie Edwards.
And Charlie will punt from about his 10. Didn't get a lot of it. Low driving kick, and it's going to go out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of the Blue Devils.
Well, a low punt into the wind's not a bad idea. I just think he kind of shanked that a little bit, went off the side of his foot, and didn't get the distance that he wanted. But into the wind, a low driving punt's not a bad idea.
And now the Devil defense comes out on the field, and for the first time tonight, we see big number 57, Josh Sims, make his way out onto the field. Josh Sims going to see limited playing time tonight. I understand he had a little fluid on the knee that he had to have taken off. They give it to Jackson, and Jackson is swarmed under at about the line of scrimmage. No gain.
I think number 35, Justin Thomas, I think he's the one that kind of helped or at least started that good defensive play. He got penetration into the backfield and was able to get a hand on him.
2nd and 10 now from the 42. Walker rolling to his left, under pressure. Has to tuck it away. Down the sideline he goes before he's finally knocked out of bounds over there by Charlie Edwards at about the 30-yard line, and that's enough for a 1st down.
For the Warriors.
1st and 10 Warriors from the Blue Devil 30.
Well, they got good pressure on him, but the problem is there was no contain over there on the corner, and he was able to pick up good yardage on the run. Senatobia now here with an opportunity to punch this thing in right here before half and kind of get back in the game.
Quick pass out to Johnson, and he's knocked out of bounds down about the 11-yard line. Another Warrior 1st down.
Looks like he gets another first down.
5:36 to go here in the first half. 14-0 Water Valley, but the Warriors are threatening here with a 1st and 10 from the 11. They give it to Jackson off the left side. He takes it down to about the
Eric Jackson on the carry.
about the 11-yard line.
I believe the tackle made by 72.
Picked up about
William
3.
Turner.
Turner on the stop.
It'll be 2nd down. 2nd and 7. Ball on the 13-yard line.
Walker rolls to his left, looking into the end zone. Under pressure. Finally manages to throw the ball away. And
that's good coverage there by Water Valley on defense. They had them all covered like a blanket. And I think it was a pretty good job there of what I would call a control rush. Now, naturally, when the quarterback goes back to pass, you want to get after him. But after what happened on that last scamper, we came up kind of out of control, if you will. Pretty good job of rushing him and keeping him within the pocket, so to speak, or keeping contained on him and then let him turn loose and run it.
3rd down now at about 6. Ball on the 13-yard line or thereabouts. Split receivers. A quick pass out. That's incomplete.
Quick flat pass.
That brings up a decision now for Senatobia. 4th and 6. Do you attempt the field goal? You do have the wind. They have the wind, so I think they've got, of course, I didn't see what kind of a kicker they had in the pregame, but it looks like they're just going to go for it.
Big defensive down here for the Warriors. And
I think they're going to take a timeout.
They're going to talk about it. The Warriors call for a timeout. .448 to go here in the first half. 14-0 Blue Devils. 4th and from the 13-yard line for the Senatobia Warriors. Decision time now for the offense of the Warriors. Do you kick the field goal or do you go for it? Looks as though they're going to go for it here on a 4th and 6. 1st down is about the 6-yard line. He rolls to his left, looking under pressure, still on his feet, gets the pass away, almost intercepted, knocked away there by Brandon Hawkins, which is just as good, and the ball goes over on downs at the 13 to the Blue Devils.
In a way that may be a break, Doug, because if he intercepts it, it's your ball on your own 5, whereas at least you got it now out here at the 13.
Good defensive stand there by the Blue Devils.
Once again, I think the key was, yes, Water Valley did get pressure on the quarterback, but it was a contained type of pressure and didn't let him get loose.
1st and 10 Blue Devils.
Now Water Valley had a personnel problem.
Yeah, Water Valley forced to call a timeout, didn't have the proper personnel on the field. We'll take a break, and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. First and 10 Blue Devils from the 12. Give that time was to Pierre Allen, I believe.
And right here, Doug, you really, all you're wanting to do now is just move the ball out of the shadow of your own goal line. 4:23 to go in the first half. You're up 14-0. And, you know, then if you can somehow way get the ball out here to about the 40 or to the midfield, then you might start trying to work on pushing one in. But right here, you're just concerned with protecting the football and moving the chain.
2nd and 6. To give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room up the middle, and he was stopped at about the 20. Pickup of about 3. Should bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Ball carrier was Gilyard. Tackle made by Clay Caffey. 3rd down, 3rd and 3.
Give it to Pierre Allen. Pierre Allen looking for running room. Takes it up across the 25 to the 26. 1st down, Blue Devils.
That's a big 3rd down right there, Doug, because if you didn't convert there, you were going to be forced to punt. And you'd have wound up having to punt at about your own 10.
42, along with Ike Barnett, number 2.
1st and 10, Blue Devils now from their own 26-yard line. Offset I. Give it to Pierre Allen. Allen takes it up to about the 29-yard line.
Pierre Allen on the carry for the Blue Devils.
I wouldn't be surprised here, depending on the outcome of this play, if Senatobia gets a stop. You might see Senatobia, and I emphasize the word might because they only have 2 timeouts left, but you might see Senatobia call a timeout here.
Full house backfield for the Blue Devils. They give it to Pierre Allen. Pierre Allen looking for running room. Pierre breaks a couple of tackles and takes it up to about the 39-yard line. 1st down, Blue Devils.
Pierre Allen on the carry once again for the Blue Devils.
Nice run there by Pierre.
Before he's brought down by.
Well, Coach Drury's in a pretty good situation now. You got 1st down and 10 now. It's the ball at your own 38, almost out to the 40. So, you know, he can elect just to try to run the clock out, or he, you know, now he's in a position where he might try to get a big play.
They give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room off the right side, and he's stacked up at about the 40.
Just went under 2 minutes now to go in the 1st half.
2nd down and 8.
On the carry, leading the initial charge for the Warriors, number 42, Clay Caffey. 2nd down and 8.
First man through, Charlie Edwards looking for running room. Forward progress, they're going to give him up to about the 41, picked up about a yard on the play. 3rd down and 7.
You got to stay with those blocks just a little bit longer, Doug. I think we just kind of, I'm not going to say we stopped or we let up. We got to hold those blocks just a little bit longer. There was a little bit of a seam there. If we could have held those blocks just a half a second longer, and I think it would have been a good 5 or 6 yard play.
Third and 7. Give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room off the right side. Takes it up to about the 44-yard line.
Now you see Senatobia burn one of them timeouts. It's going to force Water Valley into a 4th down situation. So probably see the punting team here.
Timeout, Senatobia. We'll take a break and be right back. You're watching Blue Devil football. And Edwards' punt goes out of bounds at about the 44-yard line, where the Warriors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 44 with 49 seconds left to play. Look for some kind of pass down the field.
Once again, Charlie didn't really hit that great of a punt, and I think a lot of it has to do is he could very well be trying to rush it, and rightfully so, because Senatobia had a rush coming. They were coming after the kick.
Walker back to pass. Had a receiver open down the middle, but he was covered pretty well. Hit him and went right through his hands. That pass was intended for number 9, Jonathan Jackson. 46 seconds left to go in the 1st half. 2nd and 10.
Loosen up a little bit.
Out of the shotgun. Down the field, intended for number 7, and he overthrew him by a good 5 yards.
Good coverage there by Antonio. Of course, Water Valley's playing safe. Now, the defensive back are probably playing a little bit deeper than normal because, once again, you're trying to prevent the big play here.
Third down now and 10. 41 seconds left.
Now, if you're Senatobia here, you really just need to concentrate on getting the first down.
Out of the shotgun. Hand it off to Jackson on a draw play. And he's going to be short.
Harris Jackson
Takes it into Blue Devil territory at about the 47-yard line, but he's going to be short. Well, now, wait a minute now. Where's the spot at? Now with that spot, that's close, and that gives the first down. Now, they get the first down. Quick pass to number 7 there, Sean Johnson. It's complete at the 40-yard line. And the Warriors call for a timeout, and
that should be their last one, I would think. Now I'm not 100% sure, but man, you're right, Doug.
We'll take a break.
They're getting some favorable spots, boy.
We'll take a break with this. We'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. Ball at the 40-yard line of the Senatobia Warriors. Out of the shotgun. Under pressure, gets it off, heaves it downfield, and he dropped it. He had it momentarily. Good coverage there by Pierre Allen, and number 9, Jackson, almost recovered and made that catch, but he couldn't quite hold on to it.
Well, that was a good throw by the quarterback for Senatobia. He threw that ball to the outside, and like you said, Pierre had good inside coverage, but Senatobia's quarterback threw that ball only one place, and that's where that receiver could catch it.
18 seconds left now, 3rd down and 4 from the 40.
And, of course, Pierre did the right thing, too, because you're taught to take away the inside.
Out of the shotgun, Walker under pressure. Tucks it going down the field, and he finally steps out of bounds down at about the
he takes the ball down about the
28-yard line, where he steps out of bounds with 10 seconds left.
It'll be a first down for the Warriors.
First down Warriors from their own 28-yard line.
Once again, Doug, you see how important it is to maintain, contain. Good pressure, got good pressure on him, but they flushed him out, and Water Valley didn't have nobody out there on the corner to contain him.
Matter of fact, I'll tell you what, I don't think Tim Ham realized he was on top of the quarterback, because
right.
he looked like he was shocked when he turned around and saw the quarterback there that close to him. Out of the shotgun, quarterback back to pass. Throws it into the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Sean Johnson was in.
6 seconds to go before halftime. 14-0 your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Senatobia with the ball, 2nd and 10 on their own, on the Blue Devil 28, trying to see if they can come up with a score here just before half.
This is a big possession for both teams, Doug, because if Water Valley can hold them, it's still 14-0. But if Senatobia scores and converts on the extra point, they're only down a touchdown in the next point, and they'll be getting Water Valley gets the ball to start the second half.
Big momentum right here if the Blue Devils can hold. They're going to swing it out to, and it's picked off, almost picked off. Pierre Allen almost had it. They were looking for Jackson out there in the flat on a quick swing pass.
Well, Pierre made a mistake. He had a lot of running room. He could have taken that the distance, but he made a mistake. Tried to run with it before he caught it. But good job there by Pierre. Good read on his part. 1 second now to go in the half. And the last thing now, you got to really make yourself focus. Don't relax. Don't relax. Defense doesn't need to relax. Play your position and try to force a bad throw.
They get the pass out to number 9. He goes down the field with it, and it's intercepted by Brandon Hawkins, and the ball's still live. And Brandon finally steps it out of bounds at 18, and the time expires. 14-0 is your score in favor of the Blue Devils. $14-0 in favor of the Water Valley Blue Devils here at Senatobia, Mississippi, as they have put it on the Warriors in the first half. The offense got 2 on the board, and the defense held off 2 Warrior drives in the second quarter of play that had gotten down into the red zone, and were able to keep them from scoring. So Let's see if the Blue Devils can maintain their offensive continuity here in the second half.
And Senatobia, Doug, and we were talking right before we came back on the air, the wind has now all of a sudden just picked up again, and it is brisk, and it is stiff. And Senatobia is going to be kicking off into that wind. Now it's 14-0 Water Valley to receive the ball. If you're Coach Drury and the Blue Devils, you don't relax, man.
Drop the hammer.
Let's go. You know, we got them on the ropes, and you got to put them away. So I think you trying to score every time you get the ball. And on the other hand, too, you look at Senatobia's side, they can't afford to give up many more score. I'm going to say that, you know, if they give up one more score, and let's say they go down 21-0, they're still in it, but they're hanging by a thread at that point.
Kickoff goes toward one side. Charlie Edwards comes up, catches it at about the 26. Charlie's still on his feet. It takes it up to the 35. Still scrambling, gets it up to about the 37-yard line. Good field position for the Blue Devils to start off with.
Once again, Doug, we saw that wind held that ball up. Charlie had to come from a long way to field it, and in turn, he pretty much outran his wall, so to speak. But like you said, he just stuck his head in there and got the ball out to about the 36, 37-yard line. 1st and
10 Blue Devils now. They give it to Rico Gillard. Gillard looking for running room off that left side. Still on his feet. Manages to take it up to about the 44-yard line. Nice pickup there on 1st down.
And a great second effort by Rico, too. They tried to knock him off his feet, but he was able to keep his balance. They pretty much had him hemmed up, and I thought he was fixing to go down, but good second effort there. Winds up being about a 7-yard gain.
2nd and 3 now for the Blue Devils. Johnson and Allen, your wideouts. Crow and Gillard in the backfield. Gillard on the run. He should have enough for 1st down there as he goes across the 45 to about the 46.
He's about a nose short, Doug. About a nose short.
3rd and short. Well, evidently we don't rate spots. 3rd and 1.
Although I don't see how he is short. I just look right behind the stick. He looks like he's on it to me.
Gillard on the carry. He got enough that time. Should be enough for the 1st down. And ball going to be marked at the 40. Oh, across 47. And they give him the 1st down. So 1st down, Blue Devils at the just almost, well, caught 47.5-yard line, basically is what it is. Just underway here in the second half, 14-0 Blue Devils. Give it to Crow. 1st man through, Crow rumbling. 1st down as he takes it down inside to the 40-yard line of the Warriors. About 11-yard pickup for Shannon.
Once again, though, Doug, that's a byproduct of the success that Rico and Pierre's having running the ball. Rico and Pierre's been moving the ball off tackle, and just every once in a while just sneak that quick hitter to that fullback, and you can pop a good gain.
Give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room off the left side, still on his feet. Picks up maybe 3 down inside the 40 to about the 37.
Gillard, number 28 for Water Valley. 2-yard gain on the carry. 2nd down and 8.
I tell you, Doug, during halftime, I was kind of down in the crowd and visiting with some folks, and you really couldn't tell or feel the wind, but it just seemed like all of a sudden this wind has just really picked up, and I think it's stronger now than it was at the beginning of the game.
2nd and 7. Johnson back to pass. He's one downfield, and he overthrows his receiver, and luckily overthrows the defender as well.
Well, I like the call, Doug. I like the call because you got to try to keep the defensive backs honest. You got to try to keep the linebackers off. I think what happened was, after Antonio made his play fakes and he turned around to throw, there was pressure right there, and he just kind of maybe rushed it a little bit. But like you said, I think he just hauled off and just maybe even tried to throw it away and threw it over the defenders.
3rd down and 8 now for the Blue Devils. Allen out here to the right. First man through, that's Shannon Crow. Shannon running hard down inside the 30 to about the 29. That's going to be another Blue Devil first down.
Well, we sit here and we talk about how good, and Shannon's done a great job tonight running the ball. He's done an exceptional job, too, at blocking, especially on the previous play, before the pass play to Rico. They blitzed the linebacker. Shannon did a good job of picking him up. But you got to call out the offensive line, Doug. They're the ones up there getting the surge, and they're making it pretty easy for these running backs right now.
Crow out, pitch it back to Gillard on the outside. Gillard's got the corner. Rico Gillard down inside the 10-yard line. First down, Blue Devils, as they work the option pitch to perfection.
Yeah, and that's a great job by Antonio. Doug made all the right reads, pitched it at the right time. Antonio's playing a real solid game tonight. He's made some pretty good decisions. And, you know, hopefully what we're seeing here tonight, Doug, is maybe the quote-unquote coming out party for the offense.
Full house backfield. Give it to Gillard. Gillard over the right side, still on his feet. Rico down inside the 5. Takes it to about the 3. And the Devils are down there banging on the door.
Well, here again, and I made mention of this too in the first half when Water Valley was deep down here. I think as well as the offensive line is doing, I think you just push them back and just ram it home. Don't get cute here.
Second and goal from the 4. Let's see. Didn't see who had the ball. Touchdown and signal is given. I don't know what. Rico had the ball. Okay.
Yeah, and he got in, Doug. And one thing, I say he got in. They're discussing it now. They may. I'm assuming it's a touchdown, but one thing that you're seeing here and that you don't like to see is I'm seeing a lot of indecisiveness in the officials. Now I usually try to keep my mouth shut about the officiating, but this side judge over here wasn't sure. I'm seeing a lot of indecision, and as a coach on both teams, you hate to see that. At least if you go make the call whether it's right or wrong, and I'm seeing a lot of indecision there. Extra point's good, and we'll take a break here. 21-0. The Blue Devils now open it up a little bit.
Back now. Derek Croy set to kick it off for the Blue Devils. 7:52 left to go in the third quarter. 21-0 Blue Devils. Rico Gillard scores. That'll be Rico's 10th touchdown on the year. And he kicks it strong down the length of the field. Takes it all the way back to the 3, where it's picked up there by number 13, DeVale Jackson. Jackson takes it up across the 30 to the 31, and the Warriors start there, 1st and 10.
Good coverage there. Good kick by Derek. Put it down inside the 5. But pretty good return there by Senatobia. Let's give credit where credit's due. He caught it and got it back upfield. Albert Horton had a golden opportunity to tackle him deep, but
1st and 10.
and to Albert's credit, I'm not being critical of Albert. He was so full of steam that he couldn't come under control quick enough to make the tackle. But if you're going to make a mistake, that's the kind of mistake you want to make. You want to be going wide open.
Hand it off to Jackson, and Jackson is stuffed. Nice tackle there by number 72, William Turner.
Jackson on the carry. Tackle made by Charlie Edwards.
And I tell you, Doug, I think some of these younger guys or some of these new faces that we're seeing in the rotation tonight, especially up front, have for the most part played a pretty good ball game. Now, they've been out of position a time or two, but that's to be expected because they hadn't had the experience.
Jackson strings it out. Gets by Antonio down the sideline, trying to do the tiptoe walk over there, and they're going to mark him out of bounds back over at the 37-yard line of the Warriors. That's going to bring up 3rd down and about 3.
Yeah, once again, and I believe the play happened to the other side of the field, but I think Charlie Edwards was able to get back in the backfield and had an opportunity to make a tackle, but he made one crucial mistake. He left his feet. In other words, he tried to dive, and you go to diving after that guy, you're going to miss him.
3rd and 3 here now for the Warriors. Slot receivers left. They give it to Jackson. Jackson looking for running room. And he's brought down after he crosses the 40. They're going to spot him up to about the 42, and that's going to be enough for a first down.
It appears that he got necessary yardage for the first down. Ball marked at near the 43-yard line. Be 1st and 10 Warriors.
Well, there again, Doug, it's first down now for Senatobia. They've come out and put together a couple of first downs, and that's okay. With Water Valley up 21-0, you're doing what, if they're going to move the ball, you do want them to make them drive the length of the field, because that really works to your advantage, because it's just taking time off the clock.
1st and 10. Hand it off to one of the upbacks. He takes it up across the 45 to the 46.
On the carry.
That was number 42, Clay Caffey.
Gain of about 4, the 2nd down and 6.
Second down and 6. 5:55 left to go here in the 3rd period of play. 21-0 Blue Devils. They pitch it back to Jackson. Oh, and a nice open field tackle by Charlie Edwards back at the 40-yard line.
Second down in the backfield by number 10, Charlie Edwards.
That's 2 real good plays there. One by number 35, Justin Thomas. He was the one that first got in the backfield, was able to grab a little bit of Jersey and slow him down, and then Charlie came up with a great solid tackle.
That brings up 3rd down now. 3rd down and 10 after the drop for a loss on the play.
Come on, defense.
Walker rolling under pressure. Smothered.
I think he dropped the ball.
He may have dropped the ball too. Let's see. He did. It's a fumble on the play, and the Blue Devils recover it. A hard charging Devil defense knocks Walker to the ground, and he fumbles, and the Devils take over.
Well, one thing, Doug, that and the first thing I'm going to point out here is what helped that play there is Tim Ham did a lot better job of coming up and containing the quarterback. In other words, Tim went to where the quarterback was going, forcing him to pull up and go back inside, and the pursuit coming from the backside. That started the whole play right there.
Johnson and Hawkins out wide. Crow and Allen in the backfield. They give it to Pierre. Pierre looking for running room. Takes it down inside the 32, about the 28.
Now Water Valley with a golden opportunity here now to really put Senatobia behind the 8 ball right here. Punch it in here and convert. It's 28-0.
You got the Warriors kicked down in the coffin. Here's a chance to throw the lid on and commence to nailing it.
I wouldn't quite put it away yet, but it really would make it difficult now for Senatobia if you could punch it in here, though.
Straight ahead, Shannon Crow takes it down inside the 25 to about the 24.
44, Shannon Crow on the carry. Tackled by 13, DeVale Jackson.
Shannon has done an excellent job so far this evening in the fullback position.
3rd down and a short 2.
3rd and 2 now for the Blue Devils.
Ball spotted just inside the 24-yard line.
Johnson gives to the first man through.
I think Charlie came in at fullback.
Yeah, that was Charlie Edwards on the carry.
He's going to be close.
Takes it down to about the 22.
And number 10.
They're going to call for a measurement, I believe. They're going to call official timeout and bring the chains in.
Well, whether or not he makes it or not, I think you'll see Water Valley go for it here, especially as well as the offensive line's been playing and they're getting a good push.
And let's see. They hold it. First down. First down, Blue Devils at the 22. 3:35 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Blue Devils with the ball now after forcing the fumble by Walker. Full house backfield. Give it to Pierre Allen. Allen looking for running room, trying to break it to the outside. Takes it inside to 20 to about the 19.
Now, I want to make this point here, too, Doug, and I'm not saying that this is what Coach Drury and Water Valley offense should do, but Senatobia is really crowding that offensive line now with the success that you've had running the ball. You've got them primed for a play-action pass. Now, I'm not saying he has to do that because they've had success running the ball, but that's a possibility of a play you might think about here.
2nd and 7. Johnson on the quarterback keeper takes it down to about the 17, maybe 16-yard line, depending on the spot. They're going to mark it at the 17, I believe. Call it 3rd down and about 5.
3rd down, 3rd and a long 4.
Once again with the full house backfield, double tight end set. Give it to Rico Gillard. Gillard looking for running room. Steps in behind those big linemen, still on his feet. And Rico Gillard breaks it into the end zone. Touchdown, Blue Devils.
You see, Doug, that's what makes him a special back, because he gets in the crowd, and we sat up here and I lost him, and that's what happened. He gets lost in all the crowd, and the next thing you know, boom, there he is.
Touchdown number 11 on the season for Gillard. Extra point by Dickey is good. 2:10 left in the 3rd period. It's 28-0 in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the kickoff right after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Derek Croy and the Devils coming out on the field now, getting set to kick it off here to the Warriors. Back deep to receive number 1, Jackson. If the Devils do as they have on the previous kickoffs tonight, look for Croy to kick it toward a spot somewhere over there about the 30-yard line.
Well, of course, last time, Doug, he kicked it deep.
Yeah, he kicked it deep last time.
He kicked a good kick.
Kicked it, the ball was picked up down around about the 5-yard line. And this time they're looking again toward the 30, and the up back catches it.
Fair catch made by Ike Barnett.
Did you see a hand go up?
He attempted. Now, the rule says that you've got to get the hand up above the head. He didn't do that, but now he wanted to. His intentions were to call a fair catch, but he just kind of just threw the hand out. Now the rule says you got to get the hand above the head and wave it. But he didn't do that, but I think the referees gave him the fair catch anyway.
Warriors, they're going to mark the ball now at the let's see, about the 33-yard line now is where they're going to mark it at. They give it to Jackson on an end around. Jackson trying to get the corner, and he steps out of bounds at about the 46-yard line. And I tell you what, Lane, he could have picked up another 4 or 5 yards if he'd turned it up the field.
I agree. And
he just didn't want somebody to bop him one.
And I thought number 13 Hawkins was doing a pretty good job. He was trying to keep him contained. But the speed, he just flat out outran Hawkins to the corner.
1st and 10 now. They pitch it back to Jackson, going to the right. Jackson looking for running room. Cuts it to the outside.
Well, one thing he's doing, Doug, by running out of bounds, is he is stopping the clock. And you know, if you're Senatobia, the clock, you say, well, it's just the 3rd quarter, but you're down 4 scores, so the clock is against you, even right now, so he is stopping the clock.
1st and 10 Warriors from the Blue Devil 41.
Now there again, it's like I've said before, you know, if they want to drive the ball, that's fine, but you're giving up way too many yards on 1st down.
Coming to the wide side now. Beat him there, beat him.
Jackson lines up in a slot, comes on the, they fake it and go straight up the middle on the draw play. Takes it across the 40 down to about the 38.5 yard, 37.5 yard line.
Gain of 3.
Second and about 7. Slot receivers left. They pitch it back to Jackson. Jackson looking for room, cuts it up. Oh, Pierre Allen and Albert Horton meet him at the corner and put him down.
On the carry, he's met on the far side by number 9, Albert Horton, along
Well,
with
those two sweep plays, the sweep plays to the wide side of the field and to the corners.
Third, and
It's really a modern version of just student body left and right. Now they're lining up a bunch of wide outs to the side that they're running, and they're just kind of spreading the defense out. But it's really just student body left and right.
3rd and 2 now. 50 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter. They pitch it the other way, picks up some blocks, and he's finally tackled inside the 20,
Jackson, number 13,
down at about the 16-yard line is where they're going to work it. 1st and 10 Warriors at the Blue Devils 16 and make it to 15.
Tell you what, boy, those Senatobia running backs are fast. Wow.
That was number 13, DeVale Jackson on the carry. Fake it to Jackson on the end, on the motion play, and then go straight ahead with the draw to Caffey. Caffey takes it down to about the 11. Pick up of about 4 on the play. Call it 2nd and 6. That's for the 3rd quarter is about to expire here. There goes the horn. That's the end of the 3rd quarter play with the score. The Water Valley Blue Devils 28 and the Senatobia Warriors 7. We'll be back with the 4th quarter of play. After this, you're watching Blue Devil football. Beginning of the 4th quarter here now, 2nd and 6 from about the 12. Handed off to Caffey, and Big Josh wraps him up. There comes a penalty flag in late.
Josh may have grabbed that face mask. He may have. Now, I don't know if that's going to be the call, but it looks like he might have grabbed that face mask just a little bit.
That is the call, face mask against the Blue Devils.
I can't see that being the personal foul one because he did let go.
Evidently, it is going to be the 5-yard variety. Takes the ball down to the 8-yard line.
Well, the thing you don't like about that is they still get the down. You know, if you don't commit that penalty, it's 3rd down, but now they're allowed to keep the down.
2nd down and 3. Ball on the 8-yard line.
What they've been liking to do is running that sweep to the wide side.
And that's where they go again. They pitch it to Jackson. And Jackson manages to get out wide enough and cut it up the field in time to score. Terrence Jackson scores the touchdown for the Warriors.
Well, there's no substitute for speed, Doug, and that's all that happened. They're just blocking just enough to allow that running back to pick up enough speed to beat them to the corners.
Number 40 now on, that's Stoney Crawford for the extra point attempt out of the hold of number 9, Jonathan Jackson. High snap to get it down. Oh, and he shanks it, pulls it to the left, rather. And the kick is no good. That leaves the score 28-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. Crawford set to kick it off for the Warriors. Back deep to receive for the Blue Devils, Allen Edwards Gillard.
And Doug, it's not too early for an onside kick. You're going if Senatobia's kicking off, you've got to be aware of that because they're still down 3 scores.
Crawford gets a foot into it, I'm talking about. Kicks it into the end zone for the touchback.
Well, this is, here, now you want Water Valley's offense now just to kind of to pick up that momentum back. And if anything, just burn off some clock here with 11:22 to go in the game. You're up 28-6. There's no need to panic, and there's really no need to get into a hurry. Now you want to try to burn a little bit of clock.
11:22 to go in the contest. 28-6 in favor of the Blue Devils. 1st and 10, Blue Devils from their own 20. Give it to the first back through, and that's Shannon Crow, and Shannon takes it up across the 20 to the 25.
Shannon Crow on the carry. Jeffrey Neely, number 62, along with 42, Clay Cappy, making a defensive play. Gain of 4 yards on the carry. A 2nd down and 6.
And also, too, the important thing here, Doug, is to protect the football. That's one way to let a team back in the game, is to put it on the ground.
To give it to Gillard. Gillard pops it up through the middle, takes it up across the 25 to about the 29, pick up about 4 on the play.
Number 28 with the ball carrier. Tackle made by 54, Charlie Vettergren. And 1.
3rd down and 1. Straight ahead, they give it to Crow. Takes it across the 30 to the 31. That should be enough for the 1st down yardage.
Along with 54, Vettergren. Taking it on the stop. But it will be 1st down yardage for Water Valley. The 1st and 10, ball spotted at the 31-yard line.
9:56 to go in the 4th quarter. Give it to Crow. Crow breaks it into the secondary, and he is stopped cold there by number 9. That was Jonathan Jackson at the 39-yard line, but not before he picked up about 9. Nice run by Shannon.
Well, he's played a solid game tonight, no doubt, Doug, especially to be as
Give him 8 yards on the carry.
of course, you figured he ran some fullback in practice to get ready, but nothing gives you the feel of it until you get in the game, and he's responded very well.
Straight up the middle again to Crow. Crow running hard, still up on his feet, gains maybe a yard.
Shannon Crow again on the carry. Horton Williamson.
Going to be close to 1st down yardage. I don't know whether he got it or not. Evidently
They're
not.
calling it 3rd down.
3rd and short.
He's short of 1st down. It's going to be 3rd down and
1. And Antonio Johnson takes it on the quarterback sneak and goes straight ahead with the ball. And he should have enough for the 1st down, depending on the spot of the ball.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he's got enough. Ball on the 42 of the Blue Devils. 1st and 10 now for the Devils. And this is just what the Devils are looking for right here. A sustained drive and eat the clock. Johnson right, Allen left. They give it to Gillard. Gillard looking for running room, and he's pretty much held up after a gain of about 2.
Gilliard, number 28 on the carry.
Yeah, there's really no need to get in a hurry here, Doug.
2nd down now and about 9.
2nd down and 9.
Johnson rolls under pressure and is sacked. All the way back to the 35-yard line.
Sack of the quarterback, Johnson by number 64, Jamal.
Well, there again, Doug, even if he doesn't complete the pass, you have to mix it in every once in a while because you got to try to keep those guys back off the line of scrimmage. Just unfortunately, it backfired on them, and Senatobia was able to get good pressure on Antonio. Antonio did the smart thing though. He didn't try to do anything fancy. You know, he went on ahead and just took the sack.
Johnson handed it off there to Allen. Allen gets it back up to about the 35, and that's going to be about all he can get. That's going to bring up 4th down.
As well as play captain 42.
6:37 and counting left in the 4th quarter, 28-6 Blue Devils.
Dropping back in to see the punt, Bale Jackson along with Terrence Jackson.
Charlie. And it rolls, and it's off his foot, and ball still loose. I think Senatobia managed to recover it, but boy, it was up for grabs there for a couple of seconds.
Well, there again, Doug, Charlie's putting back into that wind, and that's not a bad idea. Just catch it and foot it, and you know, keep it low. And it almost worked out. He had a tremendous roll on it. Just almost was a devastating mistake by Senatobia.
First and 10 from the 31. Walker back to pass under pressure, and he just throws that one away. As his receiver turned one way, and
Walker pass. All incomplete on the far side.
Coach Drury's wanting an intentional grounding call, and you know, it's close, Doug. I mean, you know, he unloaded it early, and I really think he was trying to throw it. He did technically have a receiver in the area, but it was a big area.
Warriors quickly break the huddle, pitch it back to Jackson on the left side. Jackson looking for running room, and he's knocked out of bounds over at about the 38-yard line. It's going to be short of 1st down.
On the near side by Pierre Allen.
Still, though, Water Valley is having a difficult time defending that toss sweep, Doug.
Third and 3 now for the Warriors. Fake it to Jackson to draw a play straight up the middle to Caffey. Caffey takes it across the 40 to the 41, and he's going to have enough for the 1st down, I believe, or close, depending on the spot. And he has enough for the 1st down. Ball resting on about the 43. Walker looking to pass, under pressure. Horton closing in on him, and he's finally forced out of bounds up at the back about at the 41.
Great job there, Doug, by Water Valley's defensive backfield. They had it covered like a blanket.
Excellent pursuit there by Albert Horton and big Matthew Stevens. Lost about a yard on that play. 2nd down and 11 now.
Well, you know, Matthew wasn't going to catch him, but the key is Matthew stayed after him. And in the back of that quarterback's mind, you know that guy's coming.
You see a fella Matthew's side come barreling down at you, you won't try to get out of the way. Fumble on the play. He goes back, manages to pick it up, but not before Albert and friends get there and put him on the ground.
Well, did Senatobia recover it? Or my question, it was a lateral. It had to be a lateral because he definitely threw it back. So Senatobia must have pounced on it. Now it brings up 3rd down and about 13.
3rd and 13 now for the Warriors, back on about their own 38-yard line. Let's see what the Devil defense can do here on a 3rd and long. Look for number 1, Terrence Jackson. Walker in the shotgun, looking down the middle, and he was looking for number 9, Jonathan Jackson. Wasn't quite able to get it to him.
Well, once again, and that's one of the few mistakes that this quarterback's made tonight, but he caught the ball and he was looking at his receiver all the way. He threw that ball in amongst 3 defenders, and it's going to be hard to really force one in there. Now, the receiver that he might have had a chance at completing was this number 7. Antonio had coverage on him, but was pretty open for, if he could have saw him. And I think if he had saw him immediately and threw it, I think they may have possibly had a play here.
4th down now and 13. Out of the shotgun, they go for it. Down the field, he's got a receiver open, and he catches it. The ball is complete. What a catch there by number 6, Nigel Collins, as he hauls it in despite good coverage down there by Pierre Allen.
Yeah, Pierre did a good job. The receiver got behind him, and Pierre actually made up ground on him. It's just that 1 or 2 steps that he got at the initial get-go was able to make that play work.
1st and 10, Warriors from the 17-yard line. Walker rolling to his right, under pressure. Uh-oh. No flag on the play either way, and there was a tackle that happened down in the corner of the end zone.
I mean, it wasn't intentional by no means, but there definitely was contact. The question in my mind, was the ball catchable? The ball landed well out of bounds, but the question is, I don't know. Well, once again, this side judge right here was indecisive. I'm just, these guys have been, I've seen a lot of indecisiveness, in their decision.
2nd and 10 now. Walker back to pass. Nope. Incomplete, hits the ground. Strong rush there by the Devil defense, and that brings up 3rd and 10 now from the 17. Once again, I'm thinking that the Devils need to keep their eye on number 1, Jackson.
Well, you definitely got to know where he is every time he's on the field.
They pitch it back to him, trying to sweep it around the end, tries to cut it back up, and still on his feet, and breaks a couple of tackles, and into the end zone goes Terrence Jackson, number 1.
Terrence Jackson on the carry. He breaks tackles on the far side, takes it in for a Warrior touchdown.
Well, he's a tough little running back, Doug, but you saw it as well as I did. There was 3 or 4 missed tackles, and when you go to tackle that guy, you've got to grab a hold and hold on.
They go for 2. Walker under tremendous pressure, gets the pass off, and he hits him right in the hands, and it's no good. That leaves the score, the Water Valley Blue Devils 28, the Senatobia Warriors 12. We'll be back with kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. On their own 49-yard line, ahead by 16. Pierre Allen in at the tailback slot. Shannon Crow at fullback. They give it to Pierre. Pierre breaks a tackle or 2, manages to get it across midfield, picks up maybe a yard. 2nd and 9.
Once again, Doug, if you're Water Valley, there's really no hurry now. You're just trying to burn the clock and just really, if you can, try to run it out.
Straight ahead to Crow. And he is wrapped up and thrown back across the line, but not before he picks up another yard or so, maybe 2. Call it 3rd down now at about 7.
I think Senatobia burned a timeout right there.
Timeout, Senatobia. We'll take a break. We'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. All right, 3rd down and 7, or actually closer to 8 for the Blue Devils. Ball resting on the 48-yard line of the Warriors. Crow and Allen in the backfield. James Johnson out wide right. They give it to Pierre Allen. Allen looking for running room. Takes it down to about the 45-yard line before he is stopped. And that's where it'll be 4th down now and about 5.
And once again, Senatobia burns another timeout.
Senatobia calls another timeout. We'll take a break here and be back as well. .3:14 left to go in the contest. 28-12 is your score in favor of the Blue Devils. Blue Devils with the ball. 4th down and about 5. The 45 of Senatobia. If the Devils can convert here on a 4th and 5.
Well, the decision came down, do you want to go for it, try to get the first down, or you punt it away and make them go the length of the field?
Pierre Allen on the carry, and Pierre's going to be stopped short as he only takes it down to about the 42-yard line, and that's where it's going to be turned over on down. 1st and 10 Blue Devils. Warriors. Excuse me.
Well, it's 28-12 now. Senatobia's fixing to take over the ball. 1st and 10 on about their own 42-yard line, maybe the 43. It's hard to tell from up here. They got 1 timeout left, but the clock does stop when you get a 1st down to move the chain.
They give it to Jackson. Jackson breaks it into the open and finally runs out of bounds at about the 49-yard line.
Yardage and goes out of bounds on the far side near midfield. Ball being spotted just shy of the midfield.
2nd down now. 2nd down and about 2. Trips to the left. Quick pass out to Jackson. DeVale Jackson. And he's finally run out of bounds over at about the 37-yard line. 1st and 10 Warriors.
I think
Water Valley is going to call a timeout here. We'll take a break and we'll be back. You're watching Blue Devil football. The Warriors have the ball 1st and 10 on the Blue Devil 36-yard line. 37-yard line, excuse me.
You know, Doug, it's one thing if they choose to run the ball, which is really kind of what you'd want to do, but they're picking up 8 to 12 yards chunks, and on top of that, they're getting out of bounds, and then they're stopping the clock.
Now they got everything set, blow it into play. You've got 2 receivers to the right. They pitch it back to Jackson. Jackson cuts it up the field, and he's finally tackled at about the 30. 2nd down now and about 3.
They seem to be running that play, Doug, to the wide side of the field. So if you're Water Valley on defense, you don't have to commit yourself to the wide side, but you got to be conscious of that.
3 receivers to the left. Caffey in the backfield. Walker rolls to his left. Under pressure, heaves it into the end zone. And he's open down there. That's number 7. Sean Johnson. Touchdown Warriors. Pierre Allen slipped down back there on the coverage. And Johnson was wide open. Warriors once again will go for 2 to try to draw within a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Well, you know, Doug, it's a ball game now. I mean, Senatobia's in the ball game. If they convert here and then get an onside kick.
Pitch it to Jackson. Jackson looking to sprint to the corner. But this time he doesn't make it. No, he is grabbed from behind out there by and Albert Horton, and he is kept from going into the end zone and getting the two-point conversion. That leaves your score 28-18 Blue Devils. We'll be back with the kickoff after this. You're watching Blue Devil football. And the Senatobia Warriors have gotten back, scratched and clawed and gotten back into this thing. They're within 10, but the clock is their enemy.
Look for the onside kick again.
And Edwards, once again, scoops it up like the shortstop that he will sometimes play in baseball and falls on it, and the Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 at their own 48-yard line.
Well, and the good thing about it, though, is, Doug, is, of course, I don't know if Senatobia realizes this, but, you know, they like 2 times they've tried that. They've kicked it to probably the best hands on the team, to be honest with you. And Charlie's done exactly what he's supposed to do. Now, Senatobia's got 1 timeout, so you figure if you can pick up at least 1 first down, you might can wrap this thing up.
Full house backfield. They give it to Pierre Allen. Allen with both arms wrapped around the ball, looking for running room. And he's finally brought down after a short gain of maybe a yard on the play. Just shy of midfield. Call it 2nd and 9.
They can stop the 2nd down and 9.
I'm going to tell you something, Doug, and I'm just being perfectly honest. Senatobia's coach has got a major gripe. Right after that play was over with, they called timeout, and the referees didn't give it to them. The referees didn't signal a timeout. And, I mean, 10 seconds ran off the clock. I think the head referee is asking them to put time back on the clock, and rightfully so.
Evidently, there was a penalty also against.
I think Senatobia had too many men on the field.
That's a mighty long penalty for that.
Well, evidently I'm wrong, because that was a personal foul penalty, and that's a first down.
That's the penalty for illegal participation, we think. They'll make it a first down for Water Valley. Ball started now at the Warrior 37.
1st and 10 Blue Devils at the Warrior 37.
All right, now they did put the time back on the clock. Now they've started it. It's 1st and 10 now, Water Valley. Senatobia, well, now the scoreboard's showing no timeout. So I'm thinking they still have 1.
They give it to Pierre Allen. Allen up through the middle looking for running room, and he
Pierre Allen on the carry.
takes it down to about the
number 7.
34-yard line.
Also Nigel Collins, number 6, trying to make the defensive play.
2nd down and about 7 now.
All right, yeah, Senatobia do have 1 timeout left. It's 1:25, clock's rolling. So if you're Water Valley, you may even consider taking a delay of game penalty here. I think that's what they're going to do. So, you know, and if you're Water Valley, you don't want to call the timeout. You want Senatobia to be forced to call the timeout. You want them to burn that last timeout.
Penalty marker dropped on the play, delay a game. That'll make it
Bring up 2nd down and 12.
2nd down and 12 now from the 38-yard line. 1:02 left in the game. 28-18 Blue Devils. They give it to Pierre Allen. Allen looking for running room. Takes it down to about the 32-yard line.
Allen on the
Oh, and Pierre was one tackler away from breaking that one. And Senatobia burns that last time out.
All right, we're back. 56 seconds to go in the contest.
And the key thing is now, Doug, is Senatobia is out of timeouts. They cannot stop the clock again, and you've got third down now and about 5.
Look for the Blue Devils to go for it even on fourth down if they don't make it here on third.
You're going to have you've got 2 downs to pick up 5 yards with 56 seconds left to go on the clock. Or if you convert it right here, then it's pretty much a done deal.
Give it to Pierre Allen. Allen looking for running room, and there is none. There comes the flag, Garrett Lynn. A little extra flip.
Well, I think it was a face mask, Doug. The problem is the official was so late in calling it.
Face mask against the Warriors.
Face mask penalty is indicated against Warriors.
And evidently that was the 5-yard variety.
Well, it's third down. Well, no, now it's first down.
Makes
So
it first down at the 23. 47 seconds left now. The Blue Devils with the ball, 1st and 10 at the 20, at the Warrior 23. Pierre Allen drops back in a safety position. Oh.
Takes the ball, kneeled down.
Well, all of a sudden here, right in the last minute, it's gotten real ugly, and
once the quarterback's knees down, you're not supposed to take a shot at him, and Tony got popped.
All right, the referee blew it in play with, I think, 29 seconds to go, so Water Valley could very well take another delay of game penalty here.
2nd and 12 from the 25.
Third round action. We play at Corinth tomorrow at 1 o'clock.
And Johnson takes the snap and takes a knee. And that is the end of the contest. And the Water Valley Blue Devils, in a non-division game, win this one 28-18. And in a side note, this will be head coach Gary Drury's 75th victory at Water Valley, tying him with former head coach Bobby Clark.
Well, you say it's a non-division game, but the important thing is it's a win, and especially coming off a tough loss last week, a close loss against Bruce. Now, one thing that sticks out in my mind is that there was a little bit of a letdown, and Senatobia climbed their way back into this game, and you got to give them credit for that. They never quit, and their playmakers made plays, especially right there in that fourth quarter. And that's got to be a little bit of a concern for Coach Drury to have that kind of a lead and then let a team get back in it. Now, one of the things that good football teams do is like you said earlier, you had an opportunity to put them away, but a couple of big plays from Senatobia and wham, it got a little bit too close for comfort. But the important thing is you was able to hang on and you got the win, and hopefully that'll be a big confidence booster. And hopefully what we saw tonight, Doug, was the combination that Coach Drury was looking for, that chemistry that he was looking for on offense now to finish out the rest of the year.